Wake up. Morning set in motion for me. Clear cut. Put on the emotion. Guaranteed, and when they drag me by my feet, pick me up and march me to the beat, make me complete. I am miles above the street, staring as I pass me by my self-deceit, and I breathe. Nothing but a shadow, it seems, got up in routine. Can they see the person beneath? The days go by so uniformly, tightly controlled and determined for me, yeah? Showered in fame, my fans adore me. Only way to fuck it up is to be boring. I don't get the messages, they don't come to me. Everything that I can say is spoken for me, yeah? Get up. Afternoon is nauseous again. Get fucked. God, I'm so pathetic. And when I rip you out my chest, won't you realize you're just obsessed? A fraud at best. Drain the blood from this abscess. Watch me as I eat my heart out, dispossessed, but I breathe. Some things have me doubting, it seems. Am I anything? Am I even a person beneath? The days of bloodstains, cruel and gory, visions of violence are overpowering, yeah? Puking my guts out almost hourly, shaving off the numbers off this fucking body. I can read the messages, they come so quickly. Please, I'm begging anybody, come and save me. I don't get the messages, they don't come to me. Everything that I can say is spoken for me, yeah? I could be a friend or I could be a foe. You make the decision and that's all I know. Oh, I could be a sinner, I could be a saint, perfectly devoid of anything I hate. I could be a martyr, I could be a cause, I can be whatever everybody wants. So I could be a canvas, I could be a doll. I don't think I'm even something real at all. I could be a woman, I could be a man. Look into the mirror and tell me what I am. Oh, I could be a difference, I could be the same. Try to give me meaning, it's a losing game. Oh, I could go to heaven, I could go to hell. Does it even matter? I can never tell. Oh, maybe I am nothing, maybe I am all. Baby, make me something before I get that call, 'cause I can hear the messages, they just don't let me. I can bear the solitary, don't forget me. I can read the messages, they come so slowly. I don't know a single thing and I'm so lonely. I don't get the messages, they don't come to me. Everything that I can say is spoken for me, yeah? Thank you so much for stopping by. I really appreciate it. Let me get to my chat real quick. Let's see. Hello, Vicky. Hello, Ma. Hello, Virus. It's so good to see all of you. Thank you so much for stopping by. I really appreciate it. And yeah, honestly, Tomodachi Life, goated OST. I love the soundtrack of Tomodachi Life, if you guys can tell. Just because, like, it's so easy to just put in the background and, like, talk. Like, sometimes, okay. I find I get distracted sometimes if, like, music is, like, too crazy in the background or too overhyped. Because my ears will focus on that instead of focusing on what I'm supposed to say, which can be a little bit distracting, to say the least. So, you're probably noticing that I'm not playing a game currently right now, and that is because I actually have a lot to talk about this week, and also I have some big announcements to share. Like, big announcements. Like, huge announcements. Let me see. I think I'll hold off on the main announcement I'm going to say, just because I'm going to wait for some more folks to show up before I say it, because it's kind of a big announcement. It's kind of a big deal, so stay tuned for that. And if we have time today, I think I might play some Dead as Disco and maybe take some of your guys' requests and do some challenges. Gosh, where do I begin? Well, actually, I know exactly where I'm going to begin. So, I'm actually going to let Sammy talk for a little bit because, she went to the Amazing Digital Circus premiere, and I imagine she has a lot to say right now. I'm actually going to see if I can put on some Digital Circus inspired music. Also, how are you guys doing today? Are you guys having a good day so far? And is there any updates that you guys would like to share? Let's see. There we go. I found it. So, Sammy, this is all you. Go nuts talking about what happened, because I imagine people are curious on what happened to those keychains. Alrighty, everyone. It is so good to see you. Thank you so much for stopping by. I really appreciate it. So, for those who don't know, yesterday I went to the Digital Circus movie, The Last Act, and I had quite the experience. Quite the fun, quite the insane experience. Honestly, I am genuinely impressed with how everything went. So I'm going to share some details. I am also going to share some pictures. Yeah, these are going to be pictures of me, by the way, guys. I just got to get the pictures because did I prepare to fully talk about this? No, I didn't. I didn't. In case you're wondering, I did not plan to fully discuss the details. Alrighty. Do I have a picture of the stickers I got? Yes, I do. Okay, good. I do have the picture of the stickers. Spoilers, but yes. Alrighty. No, I'm not that cute. Come on. Alright, so let's start off with how I looked. So for the Digital Circus premiere, I very much wanted to like wear my I Can Make Her Worse shirt, and I'm not gonna lie, I felt very cute in this outfit. And yes, for those who don't know, that is me, IRL. I've done face reveals before, so this is no big deal, but there I am. Aurora just threw you in there like, tell him, go on, tell him now. Yeah, she did. She didn't give me time to prepare. I think it's because she's excited to hear the details about this, because I hid it from her too. So you are, no, I am not cute. I felt cute though, because I was wearing this adorable little outfit with like a bow in the back of my hair. I felt cute. Honestly, I felt cute. Doesn't mean I am cute, but I felt cute. So I got to the theater and man almighty, I had a very funny moment. So me and my husband, we got there really early. Like, I'm talking like maybe about like 30 minutes before the screening started. And I already had my ticket because I had pre-registered online. So I go up to the desk. I'm like, hey, do we just get our ticket? Because I've been to theaters before where they do pre-show stuff where you can kind of just go in like 30 minutes early to kind of chill in the theater and stuff like that. And sure enough, they were like, yep, we'll just scan your ticket. You're good to go in. And we found our theater, and I opened the door, and I hear Digital Circus music going off, and I'm like, is this the pre-show? Wait, it's dark inside. And then I see the screen for a split second, and I'm not gonna say what I saw, but I saw something that was very irrelevant to the plot, but I was like, Michael, I think it's still going. He's like, what do you mean? I'm like, it's still going. The ending is, we gotta go. So because I was early, I nearly spoiled myself to the ending of the Digital Circus. It was so bad that I nearly spoiled myself, but it was very funny that I nearly spoiled myself. We tried to go in a second time 5 minutes later, but for those who don't know, if you go to the Digital Circus premiere, they have exclusive merch, and they were showing off the merch, and I'm like, I think the merch has spoilers, we can't go in yet. How much of the pre-screening was ads? Actually, yeah, it was ads. Pre-screening was mostly ads, but there were a couple things related to Digital Circus in there. So yeah, I need to say, we had to wait a second before heading back in, and as you guys remember, we made a ton of keychains for the Digital Circus, and my goal when I went to the premiere was that I was going to hand out the keychains themed around the characters to the people in the theater. And I was so anxious about walking around the theater handing keychains. I was like, okay, you know what? I'm going to catch the crowd that is coming out of the Digital Circus premiere, because I'm going to catch people who just watched it. And I'm going to try to see if I can find anybody who's in costume, because they might be more, you know, accepting of the idea of me handing out keychains. And you can tell how anxious I was about this. I was actually literally physically shaking because I was so afraid of being rejected and getting insulted or getting in trouble with the movie theater staff. But sure enough, the first people that came through the door that I was like, hi, did you just come out of the Digital Circus? They're like, yeah. I actually made some keychains for folks watching the movie. Do you guys want one? And they're like, you made keychains? I'm like, yeah. They're like, of course we want one. And I'm like, okay, I themed it around the characters. I just don't have Kane. And everyone who I was handing out the keychains to early on were so sweet and so accepting of the idea. I actually had quite a few teenagers who accepted the keychains. A lot of them were very excited that I had Jack's keychains. A lot of them were just like, oh my god, you have my favorite character! Some of them were also parents who I handed some keychains out to. And I explained to them, like, yeah, I made these for the folks who are going to see the movie as a fun little treat. They're sensory keychains, so you can squish them, like, when you're really stressed. And I admitted to one mom that, like, part of this whole thing was actually a way for me to do a little bit of exposure therapy for my anxiety, because even though I'm actually doing pretty good when it comes to my anxiety, there are still times in public where I am very physically nervous, and it kind of sucks. So this was me being like, okay, if I'm doing something positive, this might be good exposure for me. And the mom that I talked to was just like, oh my god, this is amazing. I cannot wait to tell my little about this because they also have anxiety. So yeah, I already handed out a decent bit of my keychain before the movie even started. So once everybody was out and, you know, everything after the movie was done, so I was spoiler free, I was able to enter the theater. And I could tell how early we were because we were the only 2 people who entered. And there was still a ton of popcorn on the floor. There was still a few napkins shoved into seats. So I was like, yeah, we're early. We are extremely early. So we got settled, and we're just kind of sitting there with the screen turned off. And then a couple of the cleaning staff came in, and they're just like, you guys okay if we clean? And we're like, yeah, no worries. We've both worked in the service industry. You're good. And then I decided, okay, I am going to go and get napkins because I've forgotten to get napkins. So, you know, I waddle down and I go to exit when... Hi, love! It's so good to see you. I'm going to give you a shout out. I'm going to pause my tangent real quick because I need to give this lovely lady a shout out, because for those who don't know, this lovely lady right here, yeah, this lovely lady that I'm shouting out right now, she's debuting as a VTuber on June 26th. Our fallback date is June 28th. So please, please follow her. It's going to be amazing. It's going to be wonderful. It is going to be such a fun time. You do not want to miss out on her debut. Anyways, thought this was a safe space to scream about things. Honestly, it is a safe space to scream. So if you need to scream about something, please do in chat. I would love to hear about it because this is a chatting stream mostly today. So, getting back on topic, I leave the theater and I see across the entrance to my theater is a big, like, little tape saying, "Cleaning in progress, please wait." And there's like a whole line of Digital Circus people outside. And I'm like, I think we got here early. And one person's like, "Yeah, you did." And I'm like, okay. Like, all right, I'm just gonna duck under because I gotta go get napkins. So I duck under and I run to go get napkins. I come back and I am too awkward to duck back under the tape because even though I basically gotten permission from the staff to be in there early, I didn't want to seem like an ass in front of all the people who were waiting to get in. So, you know, I'm standing around and I come across this awesome person cosplaying like Mafia Pomni. Like they had like their hair done, they had like star clips in their hair, they had their eyes like red and blue contacts in their eyes. It was so cool. But the thing that got my attention about this person was that they had Alien Stage buttons, they had Love Live buttons all in their Ida bag. So I approached them and I'm like, "Is that Alien Stage?" And she's like, "You know Alien Stage?" I'm like, "Yeah." "And you have Hanamaru." And she's like, "You know Love Live?" And I'm like, "Yes, I do." And she's like, "Do you want some stickers?" And I'm like, "Do you want a keychain?" So needless to say, me and this person, we pretty much were the unofficial merch team of this Digital Circus premiere. This person, I'm not going to give their name because I don't want to dox where I live right now. But pretty much, this person had pretty much up until like that morning was quickly making these custom stickers for the premiere to hand out to people in the theater, like how we made like how we made the keychains. So we traded keychains and we had a great time chatting. And I also talked to some of the people in line and offered them keychains as well. And everyone was so sweet. I saw a lot of Gangle cosplayers, by the way. A lot of Gangle cosplayers, which was amazing to see. Love Gangle. And then finally we got into the theater and me and this other person, we just went for it. Like, again, we were an unofficial merch team, basically handing out little goodies throughout the theater. And everyone was so sweet and was so kind about the whole thing. Everyone got really excited about the fact that I had different characters for the keychains, and they were all just so amazing. I did come across one person who was really rude. Like, they looked over at me handing out keychains. I'm like, do you want a keychain? Ugh, no. And they just walked away. And which, you know, that's the person I sat next to during the whole movie. But it's okay, it's okay. Thankfully, they were fine. Just that rejection was a little awkward. I did actually get, like, a fair amount of people, you know, saying no to the keychains. Some people were like, I'm good on keychains. I don't really like the idea of having clutter. I would recommend handing it out to other people in the theater because I want to make sure everyone else gets one. Which was great. Honestly great. But yeah, no, it was so awesome to just be able to hand them out. And I kind of tried to theme handing out the keychains to people who were dressed up as the characters. I think I gave one Kane cosplayer, like, a keychain of the moon. I'm like, I don't have Kane, but I have his girlfriend, the moon. And it was just so amazing. I had a lot of great chats with a lot of people. In fact, I'm not sure if they're going to show up today, but somebody that I met in the theater actually ended up following me on Twitch, which was really fucking cool. Now, before the movie started, I also met, by far, the best Kane cosplayer. Man alive, this guy, I don't know how he did it, but this dude came in full Kane cosplay, as you can see. Also, you guys get to see my full outfit, which is very Pomni inspired. But yeah, like, this dude came in a full Kane cosplay, and I asked him, like, hey, can you see in that? And he's like, no, not really. I cannot see. I'm gonna take it off when the movie starts, but I legitimately cannot see right now. So we had a buddy with him, basically directing him where to go, because dude legitimately couldn't see. At one point, he tried to let me ahead to go on up the stairs. I was like, no, you go first. Right now, you're visually impaired, my dude. But they were so sweet. They were so great, honestly. But yeah, once, like, most of the keychains were handed out and, you know, everyone settled down, it was time for the movie. And I can't say anything due to spoilers. So I am going to tell you guys a spoiler-free experience of the whole thing. One thing I will say, guys, if you do end up going to the theater, you will get a message from Glitch saying, hey, please do not pirate. Please do not leak. You get a full, like, spiel about how important it is to not spoil the digital circus for other people online, which I very much appreciated. They also give a brief recap of the entire story so far, so that way you're not left behind, which I really appreciate, because some people are going into this without watching the series, which is very confusing, but I'm glad they at least have the recap. Now, in terms of the actual movie, again, I'm trying to word this the best I can without spoilers, because again, some of y'all can't go see it in theaters, so I am trying to keep it spoiler free. But one thing I will say is that it was a very great experience. Glitch did a fantastic job making sure that the animation was cinema level. In this case, making sure that there was no quality loss, making sure that there were no glitches, despite their name, and just overall making sure that it was good for the big screen. That was a major thing that I was kind of concerned about going into it, was like, okay, is the actual animation going to translate well to the big screen? And thankfully it did. It was incredible of how it looked, and also the sound was really good. I will say, for those who may have sensory issues with very loud noises, I will give a fair warning that if you do decide to go see the Digital Circus in theaters, just be aware that there are some bass boosted moments where, at least in the cinema that I was in, you feel it. It is so loud that you feel it physically. So while it improved a lot of moments for me, it wasn't great to know that, like, there might be a couple people sensory-wise that might have issues with bass-boosted sound, so just be aware of that when you go into the theater. But otherwise, it was a great experience, honestly. I had such a fun time interacting with the community. What was one other thing I wanted to mention that's spoiler-free about the movie? Oh yeah, this isn't spoiler-related because this has already been released, episode 8, because episode 8 and 9 are put together for the movie. The performance of the one who's running the show was immaculate. Like, I think the sound quality of the theater actually made the one who's running the show sound even better. Like, some things got more highlighted, some things got downplayed, so it sounded like a completely different arrangement in the feeder, even though I know it was not a different arrangement. It was the same as it was in the online release of episode 8. It just sounded so cool to actually hear Kane's song in the feeder. It was, mwah, it was amazing. But yeah, at the end, again, I talked to a few more people in the feeder. I had a great time, you know, being like, all right, guys, remember, we're not spoiling, right? We're not spoiling. And I also gave, like, keychains to a couple of the movie theater employees just to kind of thank them for, you know, letting me hand out keychains in the theater. And then I had 4 keychains left. And when did you know it? There was a group of 4 cosplayers who were about to go see the movie. And I was like, these are my last 4. Do you guys want them? And they took them. They were so happy with it. They were just like, oh my god, we have sensory keychains for the movie. And as a final note, I want to say that I felt really good. I felt insanely good after doing all of that. Just being able to thrive within a community in real life, just having a great time, talking about our favorite fandoms. It was legitimately a fantastic experience, and honestly, I would do this again. I would do this again. If there's a series that I know is coming out, I might make keychains in the future to hand out, because I think that was honestly a fun experience. So yeah, I'm going to catch up with chat real quick, guys, and then I think it's going to be time for a very big announcement. Persona! Okay, we're good. Continue. Love, did you see the FF7 announcement? There's an FF7 announcement? Jeez, I'm behind. At the movie theater I went to, I saw a kid with an SMG4 hat, and the other kids there asked about where the kid got it. The kid happily explained what the hat was he was wearing. Honestly, it was a very wholesome experience because nobody was being a-holes towards one another. Yeah, that was, that's a thing. Like, that was one thing I was worried about going into the theater, was like, okay, am I gonna counter some people who are not putting on deodorant? Am I going to get some awkward, like, encounters with people? But honestly, aside from that very, like, rude rejection I got, honestly, it was not bad. It was not bad at all. If you're at this premiere, let's be honest, you probably know the others, no? There's always a risk that you might not know certain fandoms when you go to a premiere, so who knows? I saw a girl wearing a Pomni hat and asked her where she got it from, and I learned it was from a store called Mick Costumes. Actually, yes. I've actually ordered my Byleth cosplay from there, I believe. They're not bad. It's cheap cosplay, but it's okay. It's okay. This legend right here, guys. Previously on the Digital Circus. Love a good subwoofer. Yep. What do you think Hikari's freaking out about? A rock? Okay. Wait, did she text us about it? It's the third remake game set. For the record, she didn't text our server about it. She didn't text me about it. So I was just like, I was in the dark about this. Alrighty, with that being said, I think it's time for Aurora to announce something very big. All right. So Aurora, it's up. 30 minutes. Okay. After the announcement, okay.
Well, Aurora has some updates too, so I guess we'll I will hold that on reserve for a little bit. The 30 minutes on reserve.
All right. So, I have a big announcement to share with you guys. So, as you guys know, I've been working on my next lore drop for a long time. And I've had some updates that I've been working on for the channel. And I am very happy to announce that on June 20th, I will be live broadcasting my new lore video. I will be dropping the wedding video. Because, I don't know if you guys picked it up. I got married in May. So we were able to finally finish the video now knowing everything that happened at her wedding. Like, Sammy was mostly working on it in the background because she knows everything. And just, I am so happy that I finally am going to get to show you guys this project that I have been working on for so long. So pretty much after my upcoming hiatus, this will be the next stream. So I'm actually going to put this up. There we go. I'm going to pin that. But if all of you guys can be there to see my wedding video as well as see some of the updates that I've been working on, I'd really appreciate it. I'd be so happy and so honored if you guys would be willing to see what, I've been working on for the past little bit. I am so excited. We're gonna have so much fun. Obviously, again, the whole plan is that I am going to be screening my Lord video, which I'm going to announce the title now is Letters to a Bride. I am going to stream the video Letters to a Bride. And then on top of that, we are going to be discussing some of the production behind it. And I will also be showcasing some updates that I will be making to a channel as a result of my marriage. Because, well, some things change when you get married, right? So, yeah, needless to say, I hope you guys can be there for it. And yeah, I also planned, like every lore drop, I plan to sing, obviously. I plan to sing a lot, and I am so excited. So I hope that you guys can make some time to be there. I'm very excited. I'm really trying not to say what the update is because I don't want to give it away right away, but it's something pretty big. It's something pretty big. But yeah. Well, congrats. Thank you. I was like so nervous over the past few weeks because I was really trying to keep it together that I was married. I was like, don't say that you're married yet. You have to wait till the announcement. But for those who don't know, I was married in mid-May? Or was it early May? Point being, I was married in May. Yeah, I'm just so happy. But yeah, needless to say, if you guys can be there for the debut, I would... The debut of my lore video, Letters to a Bride, I would greatly appreciate it. I'll also be posting this on Blue Sky, so that way you guys know what's coming. But yeah. Also, I'm just going to say here now, in a week's time, you guys are going to be eating good, because not only are you getting a lore drop from me, on June 26th, Love is going to be debuting as a VTuber, so you guys are going to get back-to-back releases. So I hope that you guys enjoy it. So, yeah. Sorry, I'm all giddy right now because I've been hiding for so long that I've been married. I've been hiding for so long that I finally got married. I'm just so happy I was finally able to say it. But yeah. So again, I hope you guys can make it, and yeah. um. Hmm. Before we move on to the Sammy time that Love did, there is something I want to talk about. But I have to step out real quick, so I'll be right back. Alright, so before we continue with Sammy time, there's actually something that I really want to talk about, if that's okay. So for those who don't know, I am actually a big fan of Oshi no Ko. I have been watching it and reading it since, pretty much since episode 1 was announced. Since episode 1 was announced, pretty much, of the anime, and that's when I started reading and watching it. And I recently was able to watch the live action because I was curious about the live action called The Final Act. Ironic that Sammy went to go see the last act. I was watching the final act of Oshi no Ko. And I ended up getting pretty emotional at one point. And that was the point of, this is not a spoiler, I'm pretty sure, but the point that Ai Hoshino died. And when I tell you I bawled like a baby at this, I was seriously bawling my eyes out at this. And I think it's because in the last act, they go over what her life was like and the kind of mother she was before she passed. And when I tell you it hits home a little bit, it hit home a lot for me. Like, in particular, the abuse that she went through, even though it was much shorter than what I had gone through, it hit like a sack of bricks. Like, the moment that little Ai was eating her rice and found glass in her rice,
it hurt a lot. And seeing her like really struggle to know what love means and trying to find out like how she could be a good mom, even worried that she was going to end up being like her abusive mother. It was heartbreaking when she finally seemed like she started getting it together. She got killed. And that was the only point that she could tell her kids, hey, I love you. And I was bawling like a baby. Like, Louis came in, seeing me at my desk, bawl like a baby. And he was just like, who hurt you? I'm like, nobody. I'm just watching something sad. But after talking it through with him, I realized why I cried so much. I think it's because I'm worried about whether or not I'm going to be a good mom. Like, I'm going to try my best, don't get me wrong. But, you know, seeing what happened with I, sometimes I get scared. Sometimes I worry I'm going to yell. Sometimes I'm worried that I'm going to scare my own child with everything I've been through. But I want to be a good mom when I have kids. I want to be the best mom I can possibly be. And I think that's why this scene hit so hard, because not only, like, do I want to be a good mom, similar how I wanted to be a good mom, I want to be able to give my kids all the love that I possibly can. Because no child deserves to feel like they were unloved. No child deserves to feel what I felt growing up. I'm not going to make my kids go through that. And I think that's why it hit me so hard, because I want to be a good mom. And I want to be there for my kids too. I don't want to just say one, I love you, and then die. I want to be able to say I love you to them multiple times. And when I talked about that with Louis, he agreed. And one thing he said was that he's going to make sure that both of us are safe and protected. Because the last thing he wants is for us to leave our children in the same state he did, where he lost his parents early on. So, yeah, needless to say, watching a live-action version of an anime for some reason got me all emotional and thinking about, you know, me being a mom, which is something that I want. It's something that I legitimately want. I want to be a mom. I want to have kids. Might be a little odd for me to admit, but I really want to be a mom. Anyways, I think I've held off on Sammy mode for far too long. So, we are going to get started with Sammy mode. Alrighty, I am back. Thank you so much, love, for your patience. I very much appreciate it. I guess, let me see. I'm just trying to set up something on my phone. There we go. I guess, in terms of other updates, I had an amazing PD day on Friday. For those who don't know, PD day is Professional Development Day, which is basically where all the kids get a day off from school and educators get the point to either prep material or attend workshops to further their learning. And in my case, I got an interesting combo of where I was doing virtual workshops, but the requirement was that I had to be on site at school, which was weird, but I was like, okay, well, I guess I'm coming to work in pajamas. And legit, I had like a regular top on, like a regular like t-shirt top on, but then my bottoms were just straight up pajama bottoms, like fluffy pajama bottoms. So when I came in, my boss was just straight up like, you weren't kidding when you said you were gonna come in pajamas. And I'm like, if I have opportunity to be comfy, I will come in pajamas. And it was a really nice day, honestly. Like, so for those who don't know, one thing I'm doing right now is I'm actually getting diagnosed for either ADHD or autism. And one thing that me and my coworker had decided was, okay, we are planning on cleaning the entire office, the entire body break room. But since I was expected to attend lectures, I was like, can I actually put the workshop in the background so that way I can listen to it while I work? Because I think that's going to help my focus. And she's like, yeah, sure. I mean, I'm supposed to listen to them too. So you pick the first one, I pick the second one, and then whatever third one you have, that's the last one you do. I'm like, okay. So we legit locked in while we're listening to lectures about supporting autism students, and it was legit so much fun. I legit had a blast, like, cleaning and listening to the lectures. It actually ended up benefiting me a lot because I ended up taking way more out of the lectures just because there was something I was actively doing and it was actually really productive for me. So it worked out immensely. It was actually really fun, and we ended up cleaning the office in record time. Like, we cleared out our cabinets, made sure there was like a little spot for our stuff that we can just shove all the stuff into. We cleaned the floors, we cleaned the mats, and by the end it was nice. It was nice. And we also had stuff organized too, because one thing that my coworker told me, and I will actually stand by this, is that your space kind of reflects the brain that you have. And, well, the office, which is primarily the space I'm in, was kind of a mess. Mismatched containers, messy cabinets. And I'm like, yeah, I need help. So by the end, clearing the space to actually make it more organized it's incredible. And honestly, that day was a lot of fun. I had just honestly a relaxing time just working on improvements for my office while listening to lectures. And I gotta tell you, my lunch break was the best because I was able to, close all my blinds in my office, turn off the lights, and put on like this very like comforting lo-fi video that had like purple in it. So with the lights off, it just engulfed my room in this light purple glow. So I was able to just, without shame, because my blinds were drawn, lay on my couch and just be a couch potato for 30 minutes of my lunch break, because it takes me about maybe 10 minutes to eat my lunch. So I was just calm. I was just so calm. It was a great time. And my boss asked me at the end, hey, how do you feel about this PD day format? And I'm like, I love it. I actually love this. You have no idea how much I loved this. This was legitimately one of the best ways to do the PD day lecture because I was actually able to focus. He's like, really? Okay, I will keep that in mind for you. Because for those who don't know, my bosses actually know that I'm getting this whole diagnosis process done. And they know in particular, I really struggle with the days where I have to go downtown to that old school building to do my workshops in person. They know how hard I truly struggle with that. So I think the fact that I was able to make myself comfortable while still doing workshops and being productive at the same time, he loved that for me. He was just like, look at you all happy. And hey, Brian, it's so good to see you. Thank you so much for stopping by. I really appreciate it. Make sure to check the pinned message because we have some big news. And also in general, before I continue yapping on, how are you guys doing in chat? Is there anything that you guys would like to talk about? I've been feeling pretty confident lately. Legitimately so. I've been feeling just a surge of confidence with what I've been doing, which, again, considering a lot of the year that I've been through, it's rare for me to feel like this, but I'm glad. I'm honestly so glad I'm feeling like this. I'm being relied on a lot. I'm being asked, legitimate questions. I feel good about how things are going in my job, and it makes me really happy, you know? And I think I mentioned this. I was actually asked to, be, an expert for a report card, which I was not expecting, but I was like, I'll take it. I mean, sure, let's do it. But yeah. Also, another thing I want to mention is that we're at the point of the school year where we're at the fun part. Because for those who don't know, for elementary school specifically, report cards are officially like mostly done. I think there's still like a few like days where we can write them out. But at this point of the year, so like the second week of June, report card writing is done. There's no more assessments to be done. There's no more last minute assignments. There's just nothing left. So this means that the next few weeks are going to be really fun for the students and by extension me, because this means that there's not going to be so much weight on the assignments anymore. Right now, it's just about, you know, having fun at school and keeping them calm and stuff. There might be some classes that do, like, last minute, like, you know, work. Oh my god! Thank you so much, Jill, for the raid. I very much appreciate it. Holy shit, hi! Oh my god. Let me give you a shout out, dude. Please follow Jill. He is an amazing and wonderful good friend of mine. He is so sweet. He is so cool. And you guys should check him out because he's an awesome friend of mine. Anyways, I'm going to quickly let Aurora speak for a brief moment. So I'm going to put a pause on the Sammy Mode timer while I let Aurora speak. Hi everyone, it's so good to see you. Thank you so much for stopping by. I really appreciate it. My name's Aurora Leah Maurice. I am the half-elf Bardic VTuber from another world. It's nice to meet all of you. And for those who don't know, my name is Sammy. I am the moderator behind Aurora, and if you want to get real technical, I am the voice actress behind Aurora. One of my viewers activated Sammy mode for 30 minutes, so I'm just yapping as myself for a change, which is kind of weird. I don't usually do yapping streams. I mostly play a variety of different games, but because I had so many updates going on that I was like, okay, I think I need to have a sit down and chat with you guys. But what were you guys doing? Were you guys having fun? Also, Jill, if you need to raid and run, I completely understand because streaming can be quite the ordeal. So yeah. What was I gonna say? Something. That reminds me of the time that the teacher I TA'd, my senior told me I was the only one he trusted with the grade book. Really? Really? You were the only one he trusted with the grade book? Also, you were a teacher's assistant, love? So during every fourth period that year, I got to listen to music and grade stuff or not. Sometimes nothing happened. The only one. I did not know this hidden lore about you, love, but I love this for you. Oh, wow. This is cool. I was in the Super Battle Golf Tourney. I lost the first game and couldn't make it to the finals. I got second place, though. Second place ain't too shabby. Second place ain't too shabby, Jill. Cheers to you. Oh, and hi, Rubaway. Good to see ya. Thank you so much for stopping by. I really appreciate it. So we got an assistant teacher, a teacher, and a professor in chat. How sad. Okay, well, to be fair, I'm an EA. I'm an EA, which is a special needs teacher. I know you're gonna say still sad, but you gotta get the facts straight here, dude. Anyways, thanks for stopping by, Rubaway. I really appreciate it. Also, guys, if you have not checked the pin message, we are going to be doing a lore drop on the 20th at 7 p.m. EST. I highly recommend stopping by because I have been working really hard on this lore video. I have been using some of the knowledge I have of Aurora's future to work on it ahead of time because for those who don't know, for those who didn't know, Aurora just is freshly married. Aurora got married in May. Aurora's married, guys. But yeah, pretty much, we're going to be doing the lore video drop on June 20th. And we're also going to be showcasing some new updates to the channel because, like every person who gets married, things are going to change. And I think it's important that you guys know what the changes are going to be. Oh man, my sweet Hey, Aurora's happy with it, okay? W marriage. Yeah, W marriage. I'm so happy for her, honestly. Like, so I attended, obviously, and it was such a beautiful ceremony. Again, I can't give too much away because some of it is going to be in the lore video. But one thing I will say that is not featured in the video was that Aurora actually said her vows in Gnomish. I was genuinely surprised when I heard her speaking Gnomish, like, for her vows. She was stumbling a little bit. She really struggled because she was nervous. And I remember during the ceremony, after she said her vows, Grandpappy got up and he was like, for those who don't know, she was saying that she loves him very much and she wants to spend the rest of her life with him. Inside, I was just like, Grandpappy, you're embarrassing her! No! Like, she took it well. Don't get me wrong, she took it well, but I was just like, oh. Anyways, let me catch up with chat real quick. I think I missed Brian's message. I think I've been riding the line between feeling alright and feeling awful, so I guess I'm feeling alrightful. You're feeling mid. I think that's the best way to put it. You're feeling mid right now, but that's okay. That's okay. Sometimes you have a mix of both, and that is perfectly fine. Just make sure you take care of yourself, okay? Teacher nonetheless. Okay, fair. Oh, excuse me. He was my freshman English teacher and my junior U.S. history teacher. I liked being in his classroom and he liked me because I did good and always participated. He was cool. I love that for you, love. That is so cool, honestly. Props to you, love. Oh, hey, and hey, I taught the chat GPT called it. Sorry. I still don't get why that's a thing. Why people can think they can just cheat their way out of, like, doing the work. Drives me bonkers. The W is for what purpose? That starts with F. Excuse me, assistant teacher. I never explicitly said starts with or stands for. Cooper. My God. And for what purpose, you may ask, Rubaway? Because Aurora loves Louis very much, and she wants to spend the rest of her life with him, and she wants to start a family with him. And marriage is very important to her. It's permanency. Decent burp. Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate it. I'm very proud of my burps. Thank you. I will. I think I got it in me to draw another piece of art after a week of rest from last artwork. That's good. That's good. That's good, honestly. Let me know how that goes, okay, Brian? Yeah, we talked gaming a lot, and he always asked about Vocaloid stuff. Oh. That's a good teacher right there. That's a good teacher right there. When you have a teacher who asks, like, hey, you know, like, what's that thing you really like, you know, Vocaloid and stuff? That is a W teacher, because that is a teacher who really takes interest in their students and tries to learn, like, what could potentially help them succeed by talking about it with them. I will. Do you want to see the last picture I do? Of course, of course. I think you still on my Discord, right? But yeah, no. Honestly, they sound like a swell teacher, so yeah. Yeah, my brother was gonna have him, but then he had to leave for surgery and they fired him. So what? Oh, that's shitty. I'm so sorry. Yeah, I hope he's doing well too, because he sounds like a good teacher. He's one of the few teachers that actually believed in what I wanted to do. The system always gets rid of the good teachers, am I right? You know, if I had a nickel for every time I was called a goober, I'd have a few nickels. Not a lot, but it's weird that it happened more than once. My husband calls me a goober, actually. Whenever I fuck up, he's just like, you goober. Yeah, it pisses me off too, honestly, that he got fired. Like, that's not okay. Do you know the reason why he was fired, if you don't mind me asking? Because if you don't, I have a theory as to why, because that's happening in my school board right now, and yeah, I'm not taking it. Alright, let me see. Oh, that's adorable. I love the coloring and the posing. That's very cute. Oh, look at that. That's a very sweet picture, Brian. Thank you so much for showing me. I very much appreciate it. Thank you so much. Unbelievable. Now that I think about it, all the teachers I had liked left or got fired. Eesh. My best theory was that, like, most likely what is currently happening, I think it was jaw surgery he was going for, and I think they might have viewed it as a nuisance, so they fired him. Yeah, which thankfully, I'm pretty sure that can't happen in my board, but I do know that the OTs, which is like the occasional teachers and the contract teachers right now, they have been pretty much laid off, because right now they have to wait until September to get their assignments, which, need I remind you, is fucking bullshit, because school starts September 1st. School starts September 1st, and yet we're not going to have any new teachers until, like, fucking mid-September, which is bullshit. Thank you, Colin, for that. Echo Sean. I actually think it's bullshit. It's just, it bothers the shit out of me. It actually bothers the shit out of me. This is happening on my board. I'm just because, like, some teachers who were so close to getting permanent positions are now back to square one. And then contract teachers are basically going to be unemployed for an extra month, which fucking sucks. Also, in the case of, like, one of the teachers I work with, I am so upset because I really wanted to work with her next year because she is amazing. She is wonderful. Me and her, we get each other. We're like, okay, these are the students we're working with. Let's team up together to figure out what we're going to do with them. Just, they are absolutely amazing. And she was so broken about it. And, like, she came to me and she's just like, so I applied to the other board in our city because I don't want to be unemployed. And I'm like, fair. I don't want you to be unemployed either, but you are staying in touch because I do not want to lose you. And she's like, me neither. It was a time frame problem because it was going to be for a long time. Even still, in my board, like, you can't do that. If they have a permanent position, then they get to come back to it after a medical leave. It's just, this shit is so ass. It is so ass. Thank you. Legitimately. Which is funny because he subbed for my English teacher because she was gonna be back and then never came back. So I see. At least when I got fired, it was because I was not corrupt enough. Yee. I'm still upset about that, by the way, Rubaway. I hope you know, like, you were one of the most level-headed people in that whole field. I am so sorry that happened to you, dude. TLDR, teachers deserve respect, good pay, and not being treated like shit from the daughter of a teacher and as the adopted son of a former teacher. And I heard this as somebody who is currently in the field as an educational assistant, aka a special needs teacher. Now, one thing I will say about being an EA is that we are pretty respected in my current board, and honestly, like, we're regarded as people who deal with way too much, so we don't really get messed with. And because our job is so difficult, we are often in high demand. But I see the way that like teachers are just screwed around by the boards, and I'm just like, the fuck you doing? These are the people who are looking after your future generation. So why aren't you paying them enough? Why aren't you taking care of them enough? It's just, it's baffling. Like, for me personally, now this is just me. Somebody else could have a different experience with being an EA. But for me, at least, I've felt nothing but respected in my field. It's just, every time I see, like, the teachers get screwed around, it bothers me. Again, at my school, when it comes to the people at the school, aka my principals, they are fantastic. They are some of the people who actually fight for the teachers' like rights. I know for a fact that my boss in particular, he was pissed at this change from the board. He was not having it. He was just like, I'm upset about this too, guys. There's nothing I can do other than just immediately send out emails to you guys once I know details. But otherwise, I can't do anything, which sucks. It's crazy that schools would think to fire their teachers so fast, because I feel like being a teacher seems like a job that I don't think many people have in mind. So I imagine it would be hard to find more teachers. Yes! Thank you! That's another thing. Unfortunately, teachers are a very high burnout industry. Same thing with EAs. It is a very high burnout industry where there might not be a lot of opportunities to have a lot of, like, teachers on standby. So seeing all of this is just, like, makes me angry. Because actually a lot of teachers around the world are field workers who had a degree and couldn't find anything better, thus were bitter and took it out on the ones who had to listen to them. Ooh, I don't like that. I don't like that. At least we had a good joke to run with, because every time one of my good teachers left, it was right before my brother was gonna be in their class. So we're just like, oh, you know, they know your brother sucks. I'm gonna keep my mouth shut. Oh my god. Woo! Academically. Sure. Anyways, one thing I want. That's why I didn't say anything. Also, one thing I want to bring up to you guys before we move on is that I do have a hiatus coming up. For those who don't know, from June 10th to June 17th, I will be away dealing with some family matters. I am traveling pretty far, so this means that I will not be able to stream. So this means that, excuse me, from June 10th to June 17th, I will not be here, unfortunately. And by extension, Aurora will not be here. So we are going to be going on a little bit of a break while I deal with some family matters, and so Aurora can also do some Elvish marriage traditions as well. We will not be streaming from June 10th to June 17th, but we will be back on June 20th for the big reveal. In my experiences, I believe only teachers have moved to different workplaces or maybe quit. Never were they fired. Yeah, unfortunately, most of the time, it's either they're let go or fired. Some do move. I will say, one thing about at least my board that's really cool is the ability to transfer to different schools fairly easily. Because you can apply for a transfer to basically anywhere, especially if you want to, especially if you want to be closer to home. They will actually, if you already have a permanent position, you can transfer to a different school, which is amazing. It's something that, like, I knew, like, could potentially happen in my future if allocation goes down at my current school. So, yeah. Damn, she's gonna, no. It's just some really personal family business that I have to deal with. It's mostly involving my husband's family, and it's really deeply personal to them, and so I don't want to really say it publicly online. But for those who know me in DMs, I'll actually text you real quick because I trust you with this information. I'll probably stream. Hey! No pressure, love. No pressure. But if you do stream, I might try to catch it in the cool down times after the road trip, because I could use that. I could use that. Again, no pressure. No pressure. But that'll be awesome. So again, guys, you guys should follow Love, because again, she's debuting as a VTuber on the 26th. But if you guys want to get to know her a little bit before her big stream, you guys should check out her streams that she'll most likely be covering for me. I mean, that's probably better than the jokes we made about teachers. Yeah. I think that's one thing I learned about, you know, getting into education, is that, like, some of the things that kids say about teachers, looking back on it now, I'm like, man, we were such little shits to our teachers. Like, for the record, we should have been better. Like, I was okay with my teachers, but I will admit, I did give my teachers a lot of trouble, because I was not good in school a lot. I had, like, a lot of trouble. I was failing a few times. It really sucked. So now, as, like, a teacher myself, it's like, man, if I could go back and tell those teachers thank you for dealing with me, I would. I think, like, only a few, if not one, teacher transferred to another school, and one of the better teachers quit, which honestly good for him, because that school was a real dumpster fire. I hated it. Yeah, good for that teacher. Good for that teacher. I hope they found their way. I hope they found their way eventually. I hope it isn't too painful, Stanley. We'll see. We'll see. It's a lot to deal with, especially for my husband, so I'm going to support him as much as I can. It's gonna be a lot. When I was in teacher in Honduras, my class gave me a good farewell party. Then again, I was probably the first teacher they had that didn't punish them for mistakes. It did leave all works. I got with a fire, but overall I was very well liked. Wow. That's so sweet, though. That's how you know you were a good teacher, that your class gave you a farewell party. That's how you know you were a good teacher. No, I stand by what I said. Also, I'm just gonna check my timer. Oh, that's another thing about the teacher I TA'd. He only assigned homework if he felt we really weren't understanding the material. And one time, only me and one other person did the study guide for a test, so we got to use it on the actual test. I looked at him like, wait, for real? For real? Sorry, Persona. I had to say it. But no, that's awesome. That, again, he sounds like an amazing teacher. You know where I am if you need, girl. Yeah, thanks, dude. I got one of my teachers fired. I mean, he deserved it. Woo! Did someone say Persona? I love how if we mention any of Love's hyperfixations, she just, like, is summoned, like, did somebody say something about metaphor? Anyways, guys, that is the end of Samuel. We are going to be switching back to Aurora. So, Aurora, come on back out. Hey, Meg! I low-key may have taken a nap while you guys were chatting. I know with one of the teachers, I was definitely a handful, like, metaphorical fighter that she had to deal with, but I don't think she actually hated me. Yeah, so here's the funny thing. I didn't go to school, but I had a tutor in Silver Lilies, and, let me tell you, sometimes, I got on his nerves. Because I was, at first, not a good student. I struggled a lot. So he really struggled to teach me, but eventually he figured out a method that worked, and eventually was able to teach me. Because, like, at first, he was just kind of, you know, lecture style, like, telling me all the information, but I didn't get it. I was just like, huh? What do you mean? So when he tested me on it, I didn't know a lick of thing. But once he actually sat down with me and did the work alongside me, I actually understood fairly well. Just, I suck at dealing with lectures. Oh yeah, well, especially Persona. Especially today. Yeah. Metaphor! Metaphor! I really want to play that game someday because it looks really cool, honestly. Ah, yes. Rat baby. Rats! Rats. Rats. We're the rats. We pray at night. We stalk at night. We're the rats. Anyways, guys, I am going to step out for a quick minute. I'll be right back. But if there's anything else you guys want to share at... Sorry. That's how Love said it got me distracted. Anyways, I'm going to quickly step out for a second. I'll be right back. But if there's anything you guys want to share, feel free to leave it in chat. I'm back. You guys are singing the rat song. Hold on. I'm pretty sure there's some folks in chat who don't know what the rat song is, but we need to play the rat song.
Rats, we're rats. We're the rats. We pray at night, we stalk at night. We're the rats. I'm the giant rat that makes all of the rules. Let's see what kind of trouble we can get ourselves into.
Also the rat that just like fell off the edge. Poor little guy. Oh, hello Raven, it's so good to see you. Thank you so much for stopping by, I really appreciate it. How are you? I must have been out of the loop here with your lore. When were you able to go invisible? Well actually, do I have that ability? I don't. I have the ability to kind of, you know, conceal myself in spaces with illusion magic, but I can't make myself go completely invisible. But it's good to see you, Raven. How are you? Also, there has been an update to my lore. Raven, I'm actually married finally. I'm going to be releasing my wedding video on June 20th, and I'm actually going to be revealing some updates too. If you're interested in seeing what changed since I got married. Courtesy of pre-German and hello, ZV. It's so good to see you. Thank you so much for stopping by. I really appreciate it. How are you? And I'm pretty sure you heard the whole spiel of like, hey, I'm releasing lore. I'm that rat that falls off the bridge. No, Love! Love! No! No! Not the rat!
sent them back to me. We exchanged rings. We're married. I'm so happy. I'm so happy. Also, I think I missed a few messages. Hold on one sec. I just felt appalled that either some of the students or someone else said I liked the teacher or she liked me when I regularly gave her a hard time more times than not. Yeah, that's weird. That's weird. That is really weird. That is weird. Anyways, that song reminds me of that meme where the Disney villain meets the Netflix hero. I have never seen that. Oh my god, the lore. Yes, the lore. And I'm doing pretty good. Obviously, you know, I'm very giddy about being married. Otherwise, I'm doing pretty good. I've had a pretty chill week. I cried about the Oshinoko live action. It's been a good week. What's the matter, Aurora? Are you scared of the Ordencha? I'm not scared of the rats. Rats can be cute. Rats are silly. Dude, it's insanely funny. Just so happy. Like, here's the thing. One thing I will say is that nowadays, like, because one thing I think we've mentioned either in videos or interviews is that before me and Louie were officially married, he would just walk right behind me, hug me behind my waist, and he would say, "Good morning, future wife." But now, he'll do the same thing, but he's like, "Good morning, wife." I can't get over it. I'm just so happy. So I can't wait for you guys to see the wedding video. I can't wait. And again, there's going to be a lot of updates in that particular stream, especially in the after party section, so make sure you guys stay tuned, okay? God, sorry I keep talking about it. Oh, no, you're fine, love. Please. Please, let's keep this conversation going, because sometimes my brain stalls. I can't come up with anything. So if you need to go full hyperfixation mode, please. This is the space to do it. But what's killing me about the new character renders for Persona 4 is that they're trying to push Yosuke as a player/Chad character. He's just pathetic! Let me check this render because I saw it earlier this morning. Let me see. I see what you mean. But knowing what I know about him, yeah. No, I see what you mean. You meet him in a trash can! Yeah! You do meet him in a trash can! That is one of the very few things I know about the character! You meet him in a trash can! He is Trash Coon! She just ended man's career! Aura, what? What? I just gotta put something away. Hold on. Sorry about that. There we go. You're rat. What do you mean? What do you mean? Is rat behavior when I get silly? Is rat behavior when I get silly? I'm thinking though. Excuse me. Then I guess I'm a rat. Well, that's your Halloween costume, rat. The one thing you know is when it's involved in trash cans, that's rat mentality. What? Actually, this goober out here snitches the rat. I can't. But I'm thinking. I think I want to sing something if that's okay. And in honor of a certain thing coming out, or rather certain thing we just talked about, I think I know what I want to sing. You got yourself behind a door deep inside your heart again. You wanna hide, you wanna come out going round and round. Thinking hard about it doesn't help you want it. Say hello, you gotta say goodbye to thousand lies, yeah. Show friends just those words you really mean, and let your voice be heard all over the world. Stand up when you hear a knock on the door. It's me coming out. Get ready for your true story. I'm living my life all easy going, but my heart will feel blue. And in the end, I get all anxious, you're on my mind all day. One step at a time, love, you can make things happen. Change yourself, keep on believing, I will stand by your side. Just fight, the truth is out, it's time to rejoice. My heart melts whenever I hear lovely voice. Shake hands, our fingers intertwine, not letting go. The truth will shine like stars, and I smile 'cause I have you. Show friends, come hear the echo dance for the world. Let's sing the songs of truth, let the story unfurl. Ring bells and let them chime for you and me. Let's open the door, our love will tell the true story. Woo! Yay, Arif song? I forgot the name. That would be No Promises
be like, wait a minute, I know what this is. As for another song, I think I should sing a certain song that played at the last act. It's news to me that it's news to you. To which degree, who answers to who? We could go on and on, but in the end, who are we kidding? My divinity is past infinity. Am I getting through? Seems our regime has plummets itself. Don't need to scream if you ain't got a mouth. Why bite that hand that feeds when it's the only hand you're getting? It's time you see that this great marquee is the only place you're ever gonna be. So strap on in and take it on the chin, and don't forget who's running the show. Now look at this! Absolute bliss! What a shock! Watch where you walk! I'm the host, I run the place. King, that is my name. Not enthused, just feeling used. Oh, what a goddamn shame. Congratulations, all of my friends. Public relations are getting a cleanse. Put on your Sunday best because I'm nowhere close to quitting. So play the games and just ignore the pains, cause all that remains is how you prime your brains. You whine to me, but you're too blind to see that I'm the one who's running the show. I love singing that song. So it takes a lot of restraint to not sing that song every time I stream, because I just love singing it so much. I wonder what I should sing next. Actually, since Sammy was out for an extended period of time today, I think we should get her to sing something. I think I got something up my sleeve. Dude, I saw a short where so many people sang it at the theater. I know, I saw that too. I was legitimately surprised at how many people were singing. Nobody sang at my showing, for the record. I think we were all a little too awkward. But I think I got something. I haven't practiced this in a while, so if my voice cracks, don't worry about it. Chill out, what he yelling for? Lay back, it's all been done before. And if you could only let it be, you would see I like you the way you are. When we're driving in your car and you're talking to me one-on-one, but you've become somebody else, around everyone else, watching your back like you can't relax. You try to be cool, you look like a fool to me. Tell me, why'd you have to go and make things so complicated? I see the way you're acting like you're somebody else gets me frustrated. Life's like this, you fall and you crawl and you break and you take what you get and you turn it into, honestly, you promised me I'm never gonna find you faking. No, no, no. Whew. Yeah, I felt my voice about to crack, so I was like, alright, we're stopping that right now. There was only 6 or 7 people at my theater, but I'm pretty sure we only got there because my friend took us to the wrong theater while we were chatting, so I got distracted. But the theater was basically empty, so blessing in disguise. Yeah, honestly, just means you're dealing with less people. Oh, shit, I'm out of water. One sec, guys.
My heart beats at the thought of you being a responsible guy, treating me like you're supposed to. Tears run down my eyes. A little initiative can go a very long, long way. Baby, just do the dishes, I'll give you what you want. Little communication, that's my ideal of foreplay. A simple chair from IKEA, I'm like, oh! My heart beats at the thought of you being a responsible guy, treating me like you're supposed to. Tears run from my eyes. A little respect for women can get you very, very far. Remembering how to use your phone gets me oh so hard. Considering I have feelings, I'm like, why are my clothes still on? Offering to do anything, I'm like, oh my god. My heart beats at the thought of you being a responsible guy, treating me like you're supposed to. Tears run from my eyes. My heart beats at the thought of you being a responsible guy, treating me like you're supposed to do. Tears run from my eyes. Dance break! So responsible. My heart beats at the thought of you being a responsible guy, treating me like you're supposed to. Tears run from my eyes. Woo! I think I have one more song in my system before we end the night, and I think we're gonna slow things down a little bit, okay? And yeah, I'm gonna get closer while we slow things down. And I bet you guys are not gonna expect this lit track. Why are there so many songs about rainbows? And what's on the other side? Rainbows are visions, but only illusions. And rainbows have nothing to hide. So we've been told, and some choose to believe it. I know they're wrong, wait and see. Someday we'll find it, the rainbow connection. connection, the lovers, the dreamers, and me. Who said that every wish would be heard and answered when wished on the morning star? Somebody thought of that, and someone believed it, and look what it's done so far. What's so amazing that keeps us stargazing, and what do we think we might see? Someday we'll find it, the rainbow connection, the lovers, the dreamers, and me. All of us under its spell, we probably know that it's magic. Have you heard voices while you've been half asleep? I've heard them calling my name. Is this the sweet sound that calls the young sailors? The voice might be one and the same. I've heard it too many times to ignore it. It's something that I'm supposed to be. Someday we'll find it, the rainbow connection, the lovers, the dreamers, and me. The lovers, the dreamers, and me. Also, I'm not gonna lie, if you guys noticed I was closing my eyes at one point, it's because I kept looking over at chat and I saw what Virus said, and I was like, don't laugh, oh my god, close your eyes so that way you're not focusing on what the fuck Virus just said. But I'm glad you guys liked it. But with that being said, I think that's gonna be it for today's stream. But like always, why don't we raid someone? Let's see who's online. And again, just as a friendly reminder, we are not going to be streaming from June 10th to June 17th. I will be on a little bit of a break while Sammy takes care of some family business. And we will be back on June 20th for the lore drop and update. So I hope to see a lot of you guys there because, well, I'm basically showing you guys my wedding and you guys have supported me for so long, so I want you guys to see what my wedding day was like. Anyways, let's see who's online. Oh my god. Ooh, I see someone I want to read, but I don't know if they're ending stream. They are not. We're gonna go get them. Alright everyone, remember, when we go into someone else's stream, we're gonna say, Misfit Raid! We're gonna go